Are we alive as opposed to dead?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like,
You ready?
yes,
Sure.
ready when you are.
Welcome to the Author's Edge radio show with Guy L. Freer. Each week on their show, they help authors create books that transform our lives and imaginations. Through radio excellence, they create a unique community resource, one that promotes, connects, and fosters a sense of well-being. They serve listeners by providing outlets for their creative skills and energies, and they help them flourish in the competitive marketplace. Their weekly show provides intros, writing spotlights, helps you in promoting your book, your writing, your publishing, your marketing tidbits, and much more. Okay, audience, here's the Author's Edge radio show with Guy L. Freer.
Welcome to Author's Edge Radio Show. I am so excited to be here for another lively conversation with writers, publishers, songwriters, illustrators, and artists as we dive deep into the art of storytelling. Catch us live every Saturday at 8 a.m. and Sunday at 7 a.m. on KWRH FM 929 and KXOK FM 102.9, or stream online at KXOK 102.9 and KWRH929.com, and via free apps, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, and TuneIn. The show also airs nationwide Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. on the My Genre Radio Network. Missed an episode? Find us anytime on SoundCloud, YouTube, or at authorsedge.org. That's authorsedge.org. It is so wonderful to be here today and to be great to be in the studio with Mark, my driver, Ralph. He's also my husband, but don't tell anybody. And to have another exciting conversation. We are thrilled to be chatting with Kanita Taylor today. Kanita, I know I kind of fumbled that, but I meant to say Kanita is a passionate storyteller and debut author of The Dead Fed Said, which we're going to get to why it's called that. That's an interesting title for a story. A historical mystery blending intrigue, romance, and fact-based fiction. But before we dive into this and your projects, let's step back and get to know you just a little bit better. I have a little biography that you gave me. Kanita Taylor is a passionate storyteller and debut author of The Dead Fed Said, a historical mystery that blends intrigue, romance, and fact-based fiction. Inspired by real events, she aims to raise awareness of forgotten cold cases and uncovered hidden truths through compelling narratives. A member of Critique Me Friday, Ozark Romance Authors, Springfield Writers Guild, and Sleuths Inc., Kanita has also contributed to multiple anthologies. Married for over 40 years, she lives with her husband in the beautiful Ozarks, where she enjoys art, antiques, tea, and life's good moments. Welcome, Kanita.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm excited. Especially you love tea.
I do.
What kind?
Oh, thank you. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one.
Well,
What's our tea that we get all the time?
Green tea.
oh, you drink.
And
you drink
what's
the drink?
the other one? The red
tea.
The red one.
Oh, well, no, because I drink Twinings English breakfast tea and Irish breakfast tea. Those are my two go-tos tea. That's the only. I don't really like the green teas that much.
Mhm.
I have to have that caffeine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing for me. But I don't drink coffee at all. I don't. So that's why
I love the smell of coffee,
I do too. I love the smell.
but I
of it.
didn't start drinking it till about 10 years ago.
I still can't get to drink it. I don't know. I love the smell in the morning, the
Mhm.
smell of coffee. My husband drinks coffee. Love it, but I will not drink it. So let's start with you, your life, your world, what grounds you as a storyteller. Now, your home is in the Ozarks,
Mhm.
and your marriage and the simple joys that you treasure all shape your writing voice, right?
Yes.
Okay. How does marriage of 40 years inspire you?
A lot.
I would think so.
When you want to include romance in a story, it's nice to know what it's really like.
I would think so.
So yeah, definitely.
The heroine was okay. Let me look at this for a second. How do the Ozarks feed your imagination?
How does it not? The hills, the trees, the climate, the humidity.
The humidity. Yeah, yeah. What first inspired you to write The Dead Fed Said?
We received a pamphlet, a little small booklet in the mail several years ago that my husband, Tom Taylor, his cousin had sent us that had the family listing of all the relatives and how their families had unfolded through the years. In that was a page on this particular character in
Mhm.
my story. And he was an FBI agent. Back then they call it Bureau of Investigations. But he was murdered.
Ooh.
Now, till up to today, he is still the only unsolved murder of an on-duty FBI agent.
Ooh.
That intrigued me. And then I read the cover the day we got it. I read it cover to cover, and I thought, "Wow, there's a lot of interesting things in this family." So you kind of think about it, and I put it away on the bookshelf.
Uh-huh.
A few years later, I was in my Critique Me Friday group.
Uh-huh.
There's 6 of us, and we do prompts. So just to encourage for other things to keep it interesting,
Lively.
we pick 3 or 4 words and we write a prompt for up to 750 words on that selection,
Mhm.
prompt selection. And for whatever reason, I had been reading a series of books about an FBI agent. This agent kept popping up in my mind that he was a part of the family. So at some point, I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to write my prompt on this particular agent. So I wrote it like a newspaper article.
Okay.
I took it to the critique group and we read it. And they're like, this needs to be a story.
Oh my.
This can be a whole book.
Oh my.
And I'm just like, wow, you know what? I think maybe it could. So my mind just started immediately thinking about how would I make an FBI agent that died nearly 100 years ago into a current story.
Uh-huh.
Just started brainstorming at that time. That was sometime towards the end of 2020, I think. So January, another prompt that we do, or contest that we do in Sleuths Inc. We
Uh-huh.
have a contest. During the month of January, write 50,000 words,
Oh, okay.
which is nearly a book. So
Really?
then I just started doing my research on this particular agent. And come January, I sat down January 1, probably at 12:01, and started typing. And it just unfolded. It was beautiful. So I've got my draft done on January 31st. And I forgot 70-some thousand words in the first draft. And that was the beginning.
Oh my. In 1 month?
1 month.
Oh my. I'm impressed. Holy Toledo.
Yeah.
Oh my, oh
Well, the goal
my.
is to write a minimum of 50,000. And we have several people that do that every year. So
But in 1 month.
in 1 month,
So did he get dinner?
yes.
Oh my. So okay. So you got the book and you've written your first draft and you came up with the title The Dead Fed Said. How did you come up with this title?
When his name is Paul E. Reynolds, when he
Uh-huh.
was murdered, it was in Phoenix, Arizona. The newspapers, as soon as they got word that
Mhm.
a federal agent had been murdered or had disappeared, even at first it was the disappearance of him, and they were searching for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they found the body in a canal northwest of town, I think, one of the headlines said, "Dead fed." They found the dead fed body was found or
Oh, the
something.
dead
So-
federal.
I got the dead
Oh.
fed
Yeah, federal agent.
from a headline of a 1929 newspaper.
Oh, okay.
The said comes in later with this story, but yeah, that's how it folded.
All right. So can I pick the?
Sure.
Can I see this? Okay. So this is the young man that got killed. So
29.
can you see this? This is the young man that got killed, and it was in what year now? 1929.
Yes.
Okay.
96 years ago.
Wow. And so now, can you tell us a little bit about what happens or the story behind this, or without giving too much away and giving too much of the book
Yeah.
away?
So that was the point, not to give away too much because you want them to grip it along the way. But basically, the story comes about in a current time today story of a woman that is contacted by a ghost or a spirit, or she doesn't even know that at first. She doesn't believe in them. So, what was that? Somebody playing a joke. But later realized who it was, what was going on. And she's determined to help him. And he has a request. And that is that to make it clear that he was murdered. Because some other people had said out words that maybe it wasn't murder. Maybe. So she's out trying to stay up with him and offer solutions or offer something, but she doesn't know what she's doing, so she doesn't know how to do it. But she's doing research. Her name is Letzi.
Uh-huh.
She lives in St. Charles, outside of St. Charles, and she starts doing research. In that research, the FBI send an FBI agent to find out what's going on and to
Squash
make
it.
her stop stop doing the research. So that's kind of an idea of it. That's where the both the main characters come in, is
Doing this research.
she's doing the research and somebody else is sent to make her stop or to convince her to stop.
And I am assuming she does not stop.
She does not.
And does somebody else die?
Can't give it all away.
The
Or do they live
this
happily
is-
ever after?
This is a romance.
Oh,
this
okay.
is a romantic
Is this a cozy?
suspense.
Is this a cozy novel?
I think technically it might be because you don't see the murder,
Oh, okay.
and those usually happen
Right. Yeah.
prior.
So this would be technically a cozy novel.
I think it's more historical. There's an intrigue to it
Mhm.
with a lot of tension. You have the mystery and you have the suspense and romance.
So did you have to do a lot of research in the historical aspect of this?
Yes, 1920s. I try to bring the 1920s into it so people get a feel for what people
Mhm.
were going through.
Because
Through
it's
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
This is huge.
Prior to the Depression.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is also in the middle of of Phoenix.
Mhm.
So that's completely different from Southeast Missouri.
I'm taking it. She does a trip to
Uh-huh.
Phoenix for research because she wants to learn more about it.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Did you go to Phoenix?
I did not, but I spent a lot of time with librarians
Uh-huh.
over the phone. They're a wonderful, wonderful resource, I tell you. I talked to hotel clerks and history people in the hotels that are just, I don't know. Phoenix. So we go to different places. There's a lot in St. Charles. There's scenes in Phoenix, right here at Union Station in the Arch.
Mm-hmm.
Or not The Whispering Arch in the station
Yeah.
is a part of the story. It's a big part of the story.
Why choose a mystery as your debut novel?
Because I think just learning about him, it was already a mystery.
Yeah. And it
It's
intrigued you.
unsolved. The FBI couldn't solve this. Come on. So I
So
think that's where it started.
Did you solve it? Did the romance naturally weave itself into the mystery?
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Taking the characters and taking Polly Reynolds' character and bringing that into it, I think it was just a very natural
Yeah.
weave. Really do.
Without giving away any spoilers, what shocking truth or revelation in the book do you think will make readers say, wow, I never knew that?
Yeah. I really think that's going to be information about the prohibition.
Yeah.
And
For
putting,
example,
when you stop all sales of alcohol across the country,
yeah.
and a lot of people enjoy their
Glass
evening
of
drink.
wine.
Yes, it's huge. This prohibition, 70% of Americans voted for it. That's huge.
I know. That's the part I don't get.
I think they were encouraged during that time period with the suffrage and the women's suffrage and all the. I think they just thought, well, yeah, go ahead. It won't apply to me anyway. I think is what a lot of people are thinking. You know,
Yeah,
well, they can
maybe.
outlaw it if they want. It won't apply to me until they find out it does. And what's going to happen at that point is if something's illegal and people want it, it's going to make its way through. And the mafia goes, hey, here we come. The doors are open, folks. It's just, they're secret doors.
Yeah. With a password.
And that's a whole nother intrigue, is that they did the speakeasies, could be right there on the street.
Right.
But if it was behind the back door of a building, you didn't know what was going on
right.
unless you did, and that's where you were headed.
Right.
But
Right.
I think that's huge. It's 70% of the people voted for that. And at that time, it was the open door to illegal drugs.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't exist before,
But,
but yeah, the trade increased. Here's one thing that's across our country, for every one legal bar that was closed through the Prohibition Act, there were for every one that closed, there were anywhere from 7 to 20 to replace that one.
oh my
illegal.
goodness.
When they become back illegal, that means the county has no rules that they can regulate an illegal club. So they're losing taxes on the sales from an illegal. And look how many more there are per.
Mm-hmm.
That amazed me to think,
Yeah.
you know what? We want to control something, but we don't really think of the consequences.
The impact it has.
It really does.
Yeah. The
The,
impact is amazing.
There was another point.
It'll come.
that'll
It'll
do it.
come.
New York City had 30,000 illegal speakeasies in it when they did prohibition. 30,000 just
Wow.
in New York City.
30,000 illegal
In one city.
in one city.
Thank you.
That's impressive.
And it was the biggest moneymaker in the whole country, was illegal booze.
Yeah.
They had more guns on the mafia side than the feds had at all. It was a real big deal.
Because they had more money.
Yes,
Probably.
they were the most affluent
Yeah, the mafia bloomed
industry
under
that
Yep.
they had.
prohibition.
Yeah, well, the mafia did bloom under prohibition.
Yeah.
This agent was assigned, I think he'd been there a little over a year, maybe a year and a half, into El Paso. Well, the FBI didn't have as many field offices back then. So he was doing part of Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. He had been in Los Angeles for a few years before that, but he was in El Paso, and it was drug trade. He had been re-signed. He started with prohibition in the Bureau of
alcohol and firearms. It'll come. in
Yeah,
a
we
minute.
pay taxes every year. What do we call this? It's the IRS is what it is.
Yeah.
The revenue. It was
Oh,
the
okay.
Bureau of Revenue is what they called it back then.
Okay.
He was hired into that, and the FBI wanted him, and he transferred over to the Bureau of Investigations instead of
And for the purpose of searching prohibition.
for the purpose of stopping the drug trade because too many drugs were pouring into our country.
Okay.
Almost 100 years ago. Actually, it was 100 years ago. They wanted to stop the drug trade then. So he was included in that field
Okay.
office, and that was one of his purposes of
Okay.
his job.
So that's what he was doing at the time of his murder.
Yeah, which is why they suspected it was a drug ring.
Ah,
That-
suspect drug ring in the death of U.S. agent. So we have a whole article right here.
Is that in a Phoenix paper?
That's from one of the Phoenix papers.
Okay.
Okay. That was one of the Phoenix papers.
They said with this swarm of GI men in dark suits that had swarmed Phoenix, you also had the journalists that were coming in because this was federal. So now you have not only the Phoenix newspapers, but you have other newspapers that are sending journalists into town.
Right.
So it was a busy place.
And it was a big deal.
It was a
It was
Huge
a
deal.
huge deal.
they set up roadblocks,
Mm-hmm.
checking cars statewide, looking for him.
Wow.
That was even before they knew he had been murdered, just looking for him. And I love this. They even print his car license plate number in the newspapers. They're looking for this car. People, if you see it, let us know. You know.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How does fiction and fact intertwine in your storytelling? That blending of those two
Mhm.
can be sometimes difficult to do. So how do you do that?
To the fact that she's trying to find out more about this, how can she help him? She doesn't even know what to do to help this guy. She's looking at research. She's going online mostly to do her research to find out what was going on and how can she possibly help this spirit, she decides to call it. And not sure. In that, with this FBI agent that comes in, he decides he's going to start undercover.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually starts a conversation with her at Union Station. They're sitting there and they're visiting, and he has more of an idea of what the case is about
Mm-hmm.
and possibly what they're hiding that
Mhm.
they don't want her to find out. So that kind of blends it from 1929 into the 2020s. So
All right. Are we ready to go to commercial break?
Sure.
Okay, so we are going to take a commercial break. And then we will come back to Kanita Taylor and we'll talk about her book. But in the meantime, hey, storytellers, artists, authors, dreamers, this one's for you. You've poured your heart into your work. Now let's take it into your world. At Author's Edge, we don't just advertise, we start conversations with interviews, reviews, and behind the scenes stories. Your book or your project finds its people. Why join us? Because readers are listening and your story deserves to shine. So let's do it together. Call 573-714-1352, Author's Edge, where authors and readers meet. And also, here's another opportunity. If you're in Missouri, consider joining the Missouri Writers Guild, a statewide network founded in 1915 that supports writers through workshops, conferences, contests, local chapters, and professional resources. Members gain access to a strong literary community and tools to grow their craft. Joining is easy. Just visit MissouriWritersGuild.org and sign up online. Whether you're a seasoned author or just starting out, there's a place for you in the Guild.
Merton Services is a heating, air conditioning, and commercial refrigeration business that's been providing exceptional services in St. Louis for over 50 years, and they take pride in providing services and comfort to both residential and commercial customers. With the temperatures rising in the summer and dropping in the winter, your comfort and health can be put in jeopardy. With proper checks and maintenance, Mertens will keep your equipment in top shape. And when it's time to replace your furnace or your air conditioner, they've got you covered. With a wide range of options, Mertens has the perfect HVAC system to fit all of your needs. To find out how the good folks at Merton Services can help you with all of your HVAC needs, contact Merton Services at 314-845-1500. That's 314-845-1500. Merton Services, 314-845-1500.
Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches on site. Jewels on Hampton is a premier jeweler featuring Alvanza's jewel art designs with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jewels on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. 314-752-5000. Jewels on Hampton.
We're back.
Back to the feds, okay?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the feds. You are listening to Author's Edge, coming to you live weekly on Saturdays at 8 a.m. and Sundays at 7 a.m. on KWRH929.com and KXOK102.com. And today we are chatting with author Kenita Taylor about her book, The Dead Fed Said. The Dead Fed Said. I mean, I sound almost like I'm dead with that one, don't I? The Dead Fed Said. But yes, it's really, it's a FBI agent that dies unexpectedly. He's killed, and nobody knows what happened to him, and they still don't know. It's still a mystery. But what I'd like to do is you gave me 3 quotes that I'd like to share with our audience. The first one, it's none of your business what your in-laws think of you.
Yes.
And do family judgments ever belong in your stories?
Absolutely.
I think they belong everywhere. Yes. Nobody wants to admit it, but they're there.
Yeah. Well, why did you give me that quote?
I gave you the quote, it's none of your business what your in-laws think of you, because in the story, Letzi, my main character, also has a kid sister.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister is married with a family, and she wants her in-laws to think really good of her, and she's like a perfectionist that just wants everything done perfectly, and she wants to do it and make sure it's done correctly. And Leslie's just saying, everybody has the right to think whatever they want to think. Do you really want somebody to try to convince you to think their way? Well, let your in-laws feel and think whatever they want, And you just do the best you can, is basically what she's telling her little sister. And
And go from there.
go from there.
Be true to yourself.
Mhm.
Absolutely. How do in-laws spark the tension in the fiction?
Just their arrival. Her sister has 2 children
Mm-hmm.
that are excellent singers.
Mm-hmm.
And the in-laws are coming in to listen to the children sing. So it's the debut for the children, for their grandparents,
Oh.
for their father's parents and family. All their
okay.
siblings are coming into.
Okay. So the next quote that you gave me was, by the way, Locke, you interviewed me, so this case is closed. You can stop following me all over town. Why did you give me that one?
Because that brings us to a point of intrigue.
Okay.
Because she's telling him, it's over. Stop following me.
What's over?
The interview. When he finally fessed up, when it happened, and he said, to put this to a stop, I need to interview you. So they go in. She says, okay, we'll meet at this time over at the house and we'll do the interview. Well, she expected it to be over. She didn't expect him to see him again.
Uh-huh.
And
so is it that he's got a romantic, is this the romantic interview? Is this the romantic interest?
This is why is she researching this agent?
Oh.
And he's interviewing her to find out what's her point.
What her
is she
motive?
digging for? Who is somebody encouraging her? Or is it, why is she doing this? And let's stop it because we don't want it to go any further. His boss doesn't want it to go any further.
Okay, so there's a reason for that.
There is.
And we're not going to tell me.
A lot of it unfolds in the story.
Okay.
But at this point, by the fact that she's saying, stop following me, now I'll tell you this point, he comes in and he goes, when do you think I was following you?
Interesting.
There's a point of intrigue to begin because he had not been following her when she thought she was seeing him follow her.
So somebody else is following her.
There you go.
Where?
why?
And why?
And why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and the plot thickens.
It does. It does.
Ha. And then you gave me a third one. Her stealthy uncle, Paul's spirit, was still safe from the FBI. What secrets does Uncle Paul truly protect?
What
Secrets.
Betsy is protecting is that she's getting information from a ghost, a spirit. And she doesn't want to tell this FBI agent that's investigating her
Yeah, because
that she's hearing.
Yeah, she's gonna look nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since she personally believed
The
that
ghost.
there were no ghosts.
Oh, right. She doesn't
So
believe
she's
that they're
going
ghosts.
through, is this intrigue? Is this intuition? Is this, what is even making her think this? Is it really a ghost? And
But
she
the
has to
FBI
decide.
agent wants her to really investigate who killed him.
He wants her to stop investigating.
The ghost
No, I'm sorry. The current FBI agent wants her to stop.
But the ghost wants her to continue.
Exactly.
Oh.
And I will say this, there are moments when she's confronted with both of them at the same time.
Oh, that must be hilarious. Oh, I can just see that. That must be hilarious.
I do like a bit of humor.
Oh, I would think that would be hilarious. Yeah, I like that. I really, really do like that. So let's talk about your style of writing.
Okay.
Okay. So are you a plotter or a pantser?
I plot in my mind. I get an idea and I just run it from the beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do that might be different that a lot of your listeners might enjoy doing is actually going to the rear end of the story. Go to the end.
So you
And
start with the conclusion.
Well, I
Kinda?
start with like
Well,
chapter
actually-
1, 2, 3, but then I'm like, okay, where do I want it to go? Once I get a feel for
Uh-huh.
the characters, I'm like, where do I want it to go? And then I look, well, I want this, I want that to happen. And it's so simple, but it sounds confusing and hard. But
But
it's
you know,
not.
with this kind of story, it kind of makes sense in a way because there really is no ending because you don't have the killer, right?
I don't have the killer. I don't have the actual killer. What I have is a build up to a situation. And please, I would love this if readers are so encouraged by this story to actually solve it themselves.
Yeah.
There are so many wonderful programs on television alone,
True
Dateline
crime.
alone, true crime, yes. And how many of these, when you say this person was murdered 30 years ago, and now they've solved it. And there's so many new techniques with forensics
Mm-hmm.
that are available that were not available 100
Mhm.
years ago, or
Are
sometimes
they
even
using
20
any
or
of them
30.
for this?
No,
Oh,
this was before. Well, they may have
mean,
done fingerprints or some
but
of the
are they
basics.
using it now? I mean, are they doing anything now?
Not that I'm aware of. No, it's just pretty much been cut off. They've ended up on the wall of honor in the FBI headquarters under his photograph. It says it was unsolved, a mysterious death. That's how they've updated the epitaph.
Mysterious death.
Yeah.
All right. So now, when you wrote this, you brought this to all of your writing groups.
My critique group only.
Only your critique group.
Yes.
That would be Critique Me Friday group.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And what was their take on this?
Very encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful group. Every writer should be in a critique group. When you have a goal,
Mm-hmm.
be in a critique group, because people that know different angles of writing are going to be so supportive in your own. It's just awesome. It really is.
Okay. You're also part of Ozark Romance Authors.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
With the focus of romance, and this was back in the late 80s when they started it.
Mhm.
I started attending shortly after it started. And really how to bring romance, to share
Mhm.
romance within a story, and characters. It's what they bring to the table to show you. To build a character, you're looking at these aspects. To build the story in whole,
Mm-hmm.
that you need this, and this,
Mm-hmm.
and that happily ever after in a romance,
Mm-hmm.
So you start to learn all these different characteristics
Right.
that you can bring in that you may not have thought of before, but there's such great
So
suggestions.
did you have any of those groups, or the romance group, take a look at this particular?
Well, several have bought the book, but
Well,
not
good.
before the book came out.
Okay.
No, I stayed with the critique group on it.
Okay.
They're the ones that encouraged me to write the book.
So what did your romance group think of the romance aspect of this book?
Yes.
It worked?
Yes, it's working.
It's working. Good job. How about Springfield? You also belong to the Springfield Writers Guild, right?
Yes.
How did that impact your journey on writing?
Again, they bring so many different perspectives. In the guild, there's Like I think book covers is the topic for this coming Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're writing short stories, there's somebody to help guide you to, well, literally the guidelines of short stories and what to do. And they'll do what do they call them? PowerPoints.
PowerPoints.
And then generally after this program's over, you can download the PowerPoint from
Oh,
your
that's
computer.
wonderful.
So you've got that information available. Most of the programs or the presentations, they'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How long have you been writing?
I've been writing. Well, okay. How long have I written a published work? This came out last year,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been writing all my life. I was so fascinated with stories. Both my parents were storytellers, so they would read or tell a story at bedtime. Sometimes during the day, oh, tell me about this. Okay, my grandfathers were storytellers. One was absolutely fabulous with telling his stories and making them up right then and there. And the memory, family members remembering him just telling the stories, and those continue. But between grandparents and parents, I have an older sister
Uh-huh.
and a brother that's 2 years older than me. So they love to read to me and to teach me how to do this. Oops. Anyway, so they would teach me how to read and how to write and learn all my numbers and do
Uh-huh.
all of this. It was just natural. My maiden name is Bookout.
Oh.
So I was born with the name to write a book. When I met my husband, the first time we had a chance to visit, we talked for over 3 hours. And then a month later, we run into each other on the street in downtown Branson. And he goes, "Oh, wait, your name. It has something to do with the library." I'm like, "Yes, it does." But I think it's just always been a part of me. My parents bought me my first typewriter when I was 7 years old
Okay.
because I wanted to see the print of the words of the stories that I was already making up at that time. And with a typewriter, I could do that. That was cool. I wish I still had it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
one of those, it was an old one, but it was a classic. Oh,
Yeah.
I loved it.
So how does the community feedback guide and challenge your vision when you write?
The feedback is encouraging to the point that I get excited just hearing the reviews and feedback and stuff. I'm just like, oh, okay, I've got to get on this next one. I've got to get this next one out because I want to continue. They're asking for another one and I want to get it out there. So I'm working to get this
Your book
edited.
Your book is a haunting romantic suspense.
Yes.
What makes it stand out from other books in the same category?
It's historical.
Mm-hmm.
There's the intrigue that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
It has this whole blend of different genres. It has the suspense, the mystery, the romance to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I take all these and blend them into the one story. But the root of this is based on Polly Reynolds was murdered in 1929. And hey, let me give you enough information in this story, and maybe you, reader, will be the one that goes out and solves this case. Do you know forensics? Can you find the right solution to what really truly happened?
If someone could read only one chapter from that book, which one would it be?
Yeah, I've been through that. That was my husband's question for me. I'm like, Okay, I'm told that it would be chapter 8 because that's when all of this starts to meet
Mhm.
head on.
Mhm.
But to me, the one chapter would be 1 because that's where it begins. That's where the domino effect starts to take effect
Okay.
right up front.
Your book touches on crime. Why do you think readers in today need this story?
I think there's been enough crime that we'd all like to see it solved. Stop it in its tracks. Just let's not go any further with crime. Let's, go to this sweet smelling rosy life.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's start with
Yeah.
with solving it.
Yeah.
How have readers already finished the book responded to this? Any memorable ones?
I can tell you this. The funniest ones are the people that start the book at a least opportune moment. Like, I love this. One friend, I met with her after candlelight service, Christmas candlelight service after church.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, "Oh, you've got the book." So she downloaded it right there after church and started reading it that night. So later she tells me, "So it's Christmas Eve. My house is full of guests and I'm reading."
She obviously couldn't put it down.
She didn't
could
want to
she?
put it down. She's like, everybody, everywhere. But I'm going to take a few minutes here. I'm just reading. Just go ahead, people.
You are listening to Author's Edge, coming to you live weekly on Saturdays at 8 a.m. and Sundays at 7 a.m. on KWRH929.com and KXOK102.com. And today we are chatting with author Kenita Taylor. And now, for someone listening right now, why should they stop? And what should they? Why? What? Well, okay. Let me start
Okay.
the question over again. Okay. For someone listening right now, why should they stop what they're doing and buy the Dead Fed Said today?
Entertainment.
Okay.
If somebody's interested in true crime, it's there.
Mhm.
If they're interested in romance, you'll find it in this book.
Mhm.
If you're interested in that intrigue, that tension that builds between characters, you're going to find it in this story. Ultimately, at the end, you are going to be entertained.
Now, this story takes place at what time of year?
Christmas starts
Aha.
at Thanksgiving and ends at the end of the year.
So then this would be the perfect time to buy the story
Absolutely.
as a Christmas present for,
Yes.
and we're getting into that season
Yes,
now, folks.
We are.
Okay. The heroine has her first encounter with the unworldly at the Whispering Arch in St. Louis. Why that place and why that city?
Because when I was there in the 80s, I was intrigued with that Whispering Arch.
What is the Whispering Arch? Tell us what that is.
There's an archway where the doors are under an archway. And if you stand at one end of the arch and whisper,
Uh-huh.
somebody standing clear across at the other end of the arch can hear you as if you were standing right there in front of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I love that.
I did not know that. Did you know that? I never knew that.
Really? It's awesome. It's
okay.
It should
So
bring a lot more people to St. Louis just for that reason.
people should experience this. If you have never been in a Whispering Arch.
we've been up the arch several times, and I never knew.
This isn't the gateway. This is inside Union Station. As you walk in
Oh.
off Market Street, in through the front doors, there's a big arch. Do you have a picture of it?
Oh, I misunderstood completely.
There's the picture of it right there
Oh, okay.
on the bookmark.
It's on the bookmark. Okay. I did not know that. That's what you were talking
The
about.
staircases are right in front of it,
Okay.
going leading up to the grand hall.
Oh, okay. Okay. I misunderstood that. The Whispering Arch, that's in Union Station.
Yes,
All right.
That's
For
it.
those folks that aren't aware, that's in Union Station.
Mhm.
Okay. And so why did you have it starting there?
when you're looking to have somebody that doesn't believe in ghosts
Oh, okay.
be introduced to the possibility, what better place than a Whispering Arch?
That makes sense.
It made sense to me. And I had some intriguing events around the Whispering Arch back in the 80s. So it's always been a part of mystery to me how that's going to happen. But
Now, let me ask you this.
sure,
Do you see this being made into a movie?
I do.
Okay. Who do you see as the main characters?
You know, I haven't really put who would do what in my mind. Just that I think a lot of people would enjoy
Mm-hmm.
this unfolding of characters and characteristics, that what they're doing and how they're doing it, what's really what they're doing. There's moments in here of just happiness,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of moments that reflect what we're feeling inside. What these characters are feeling reflect people. And when you really touch feelings and emotions to people, and you realize this is real,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and you do at the end, you just feel entertained at the fact that they made it through. Yeah. But yeah, I can see that in a movie.
You can see this in a
I
movie.
could.
What's next on your plate?
My next, the one I'm editing now,
Mm-hmm.
is a time leap.
A time leap.
Yes,
Meaning?
meaning somebody comes from early 1800s and from the England Regency period
Uh-huh.
into the Ozarks
Oh.
in time. This Beyond the Realm of Reason is my work title on it anyway, and then the subtitle, A Leap in
And
Time.
basically it is about,
Mhm.
is it a
Um,
murder mystery? Is it a romance?
No, it is not murder, but it ties into the past, from the fact that he's coming from the early 1800s, from the Regency period, England. He's coming here. He knows nothing about America.
Well,
He certainly doesn't know anything about the 21st century.
uh-huh.
But then we find out things that he does know. Things that she, the female character, learns from him. They already had that back then? I didn't know that. Oh, you know this, and then there's the personalities between the characters where he, for example, should I tell you this part?
Sure.
Okay. Chapter 1.
Uh-huh.
There's a prologue, but chapter 1, there's a flash of light, a
Uh-huh.
loud clap of thunder, and she's having a party in her house with 40 guests.
Uh-huh.
And after the clap of thunder, couple of the guests go out to make sure everything's okay because of this big, huge flash of light. And what they find in the backyard is a coach with 4 white horses that have delivered this man from nearly 200 years before.
Whoa.
Beyond the Realm of Reason.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for asking.
Oh my goodness.
And what happens? What unfolds from somebody just appearing from,
Out of nowhere.
yes.
It's an interesting premise.
Well, it brings in a lot of physics
Yeah.
astrophysics and other and
Yeah.
and
Physics,
quantum physics.
metaphysics.
Actually, there was a TV show called Quantum Leap.
Yes.
I used to love watching that show.
Yes.
I wasn't as crazy about the remake. Characters weren't as good, but the original, I loved the original.
Yeah.
I really did.
did
That was
too.
a good show.
I did too.
But I happen to be a sci-fi person. I like sci-fi.
Yeah.
So we are coming to the end to our wonderful interview, Kanita. I've enjoyed this immensely. Now, if the book is on Amazon,
It is on Amazon. Yes.
Barnes and Nobles,
Barnes and Noble will order it for
Noble,
you.
Barnes and Noble,
Oh, yeah.
they'll order it for you.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing your new book. And when do you think that will be out?
I'm working as fast as I can.
I understand
I
that.
wanted to get it out for Christmas season this year, but it'll be next spring probably.
Next spring.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Kanita, thank you for being on Author's Edge. It's been a fantastic afternoon. To our listeners, thank you for joining us. Our next guest will be Douglas Osgood, and we will be chatting with him about Cold Powder Vengeance, his latest book. Here's to another season of powerful stories, fresh voices, and creative community. Until then, see you around the inkwell.